Welcome to the Excel Executive. Today we will be talking about formulas. So what happens is that when you start learning Excel, a lot of people get really confused because there are a lot of formulas. So just to give you an idea, if you go to the formulas tab, you have all of these formulas that you can learn if you feel like. But in my experience, you need only a couple of formulas to make it work. So I have listed down these 15 formulas here. I will cover them in this video or maybe in two videos. But before I do that, I would like to say one thing. So some people approach it in a different manner, but my approach is that you should have data in a table. You should not do any calculations in it. What you should do is that you should create a pivot against this table. On top of it, if you have multiple tables and they can be like connected to each other, then what you can do is that you can create a data model first, and then you create a pivot table from that model and you use that for your analysis. So I am not in favor of creating extra columns in this table to do calculations. What I would prefer is that I would like to keep the data in the table intact, and any calculation that I'm supposed to do, I will do that in a pivot or in data modeling, which will obviously come later in this course or in these videos. I don't know exactly how much more videos it will take, but we will get there eventually. So after this thing, in my experience, if you use these 15 formulas, this will cover at least 90-95% of all the cases. So in this video, I think we will do it from sum till or. So these will be 7 formulas, and the next 8 we will do it in the next video. So I will do that using this table. First thing first, is this a table? No, it's not. So what I'm going to do is that I will convert this range into a table. Now again, I'm going to go here, format as table, choose a different color. Yes, it has headers, and I'm going to click OK. Okay, that being said, yeah, the color didn't change because I have to go here and put no fill and then do the same here, no borders, and then it will be the same color as the table. So first we will rename the table. Now it's table 2. We will just call it groceries. And now we have changed the table name. So first thing first, sum, simple. If I want to do a total for all of these, I can just go here, and every formula starts from equals, so equals sum, and then I will select this range. So what happens in a table when you are supposed to select a range, you will hover the mouse. Now it looks like a white cross, and when you hover it right above the column header, it will change into a black arrow pointing downwards. If you click it at this point, it will select the range, and you will know that it has selected the range because the range it's saying is that it is using the groceries table, and the column it's using is total amount. If I change the column, it will change accordingly. If I click this, it will be groceries, and in square brackets you will see quantity. So I'm going to go back to the total amount. Okay, and then I'm going to close the bracket and press enter. So the total is $76.50. Another way of doing this formula is that you can select all the cells individually. So if I select from this till here, it will do the same thing. Close it and press enter. And of course you can add it using the old method. So I can go here plus this bit plus this bit plus this and enter, and it will give you the total 22. So that is the first one. If you want to calculate the sum, you can do it like this. There is another way. If you have a range, you click the last empty cell and you use this button. You click it and it will give you a total. Now because this is a table, the table also has a feature for totals. So if I undo this, What I can do is that I can click anywhere in the table, go to the table design, and here I will have a totals row. If I click it, it will also do the same thing for me. Anyways, the second one is average. So for average, it's equals to average. And one thing you can do is that once you start typing and you see the one that you want, you go on top of it and use the tab button on your keyboard and it will pick it up. So I want the average of this same range, groceries table, total amount column, and press enter, and this is the average amount. The next is the minimum amount. So again, minimum, the same column. The smallest amount in this column is 6, as you can see here and here. Max, same thing. So equals max and the same range, and enter. And the largest amount in this table is 15. Okay, so we are done with these 4, and now we will do these 3. So these are used in columns. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to delete it first. So I will create a column for the if formula. So anytime you write something adjacent to the table will automatically connect it. So this whole bit is one part. Once I go outside this, it is no longer a table. Anyways, so if is used if you want to provide a condition for the calculations. So let's say I want to take out the total amount for all the drinks. So a formula can be that if the category column contains drinks, then give me the total amount, otherwise give me 0. So it works something like this. So is equal to if, and when you open the bracket, so first thing is that he's asking for the logical tests. So what are you testing? So in this case, we are testing that if this column contains in this row the word drinks or not. That is a test. And if that test is true, then what result do you want? This will be the second part, value of true. And if that result is not true for that particular row, then what value do you want? That would be value of false. It sounds really philosophical and esoterical, but if we do it, it will be very clear. So what I'm going to do is that I'm doing that if this bit at category equals, and whenever you're writing a text string, it should be in double quotations. So if this is equal to drinks, this is the test that we want to check on each and every row in this table. So in this case, it will be this row, in the next one it will be this row, and then the next one this will be this row. So if this test is true, so this is highlighted, so we are entering the test once I insert the comma. So if it's true, what do we want? So we want the total amount. I'm going to click this. And if this is not drinks, then what do we want? We want a 0. So I'm going to do the whole bit. And then when I push enter, it will show me that if it's drinks, it is giving us the value. And if the category is not drinks, it's giving us 0. So if I turn on the totals by going to the table design, you will see that total amount is $76.50. And in this option in tables, you can turn it on for any column that you like. So for this column, I'm going to turn on the sum option as well, and it will show me that out of $76.50, $22 worth of drinks are present. So this is the if formula. The next one is and or. So normally I don't use them separately. What I do is that I use them in conjunction with if formula if I want to add additional conditions in it. So first I will do it separately so that you get an idea what I'm talking about. So for and formula, we say is equal to and. So And actually allows us to enter multiple logical tests. Same is true for OR. Let me do that here. Again, you can enter multiple logical tests. Now, what will be the scenario? The scenario will be that here I'm saying that if the category contains drinks, then give me the value, otherwise give me 0. What if I wanted it for drinks or snacks? So if it's drinks, give me the value. If it's snacks, give me the value. If it is anything else, then don't give me any value. So here, what I can do is that in the same formula, or let me do it from the beginning so it's clear. So the way you make it work is that you type in if and start the logical test. But before entering the test, you type in or and start the bracket again. Now here, you give 2 or more tests that you want this formula to check before you can ask him to give the specific answer. So in this case, the assumption that I'm making is that if the category contains drinks or if it contains snacks, then give me the total amount, otherwise you don't. So first condition is that if category equals drinks, that is the first condition. The second condition is again category, because we are still looking in this row. So this formula is going to look at each and every row and give that result for that row only. So I'm going to continue with my formula. Again, if it is drinks or if it is snacks, then I'm going to close it. Then we are back to the if formula. So our logical test has 2 tests in it, and that argument is complete. So if that is true, give me the total amount, and if it's not true, give me 0. And when I press enter, you will see that it is giving me values when the category is drinks or if the category are snacks. That is the OR formula. Now for the, I'm just going to remove this. For the last one, for AND, we will use 2 conditions, but in OR and AND, the difference is that if you're using OR, then if any of the condition fulfills, it will calculate. In AND, all of the conditions should be fulfilled for that calculation to take place. So again, we will start with if, and we will type in AND. So here I have to give again 2 logical tests. So in this case, if I'm saying that if the category is drinks and the item name is soda, give me the total amount. Otherwise, you don't give me anything, you give me 0. So the first condition is the category equals drinks. This is the first condition. The second condition is category equals soda. So in this case, both of these conditions should be fulfilled. If the row fulfills both conditions, give me the total amount. Otherwise, give me 0. When I press enter, maybe there was an error somewhere. SODA. So normally what should happen is that it should fulfill this condition. It should give the total amount. So let me try this again. So and this equals drinks and this equals, oh, my bad, I know what happened. I used the same column in it. So let me type it again, my bad. Let's take it from the top. So if, and then I use the logical test and. So first logic is that if category equals drinks, and the second is if item name equals soda. If both of these conditions meet, then give me the total amount, otherwise give me 0. So when I do it, you see that only this row completes the condition. The category is drinks and the item name is soda. So it gives you the total amount. So we have covered these 7 formulas, and we will cover the rest in the next video. So again, like I said, my view is that you are supposed to write the data in the table. That is it. And for analysis, you should use pivot tables and data modeling. But in this case, if you have to use the formulas, these formulas should be more than enough for any calculation that is required. So I'm going to stop the video here and do all the good stuff. Like, subscribe, comment, and share. And I'll see you in the next one. Thank you.